Imagine waking up each morning to find a massive black bear waving at you from outside your window. At first, it seems impossible, a wild bear actually waving at a human. But what if this extraordinary behavior was more than just a coincidence? What if the bear was trying to communicate something urgent, something life-changing? In today's video, we dive deep into the mysterious bond that forms between Luca and this incredible creature. For 3 days straight, the bear appeared, waving frantically as if pleading for help. Driven by a mix of fear, curiosity, and an unshakable belief that this bear was reaching out to him, Luca made a bold decision to follow it into the unknown. What he discovered deep in the forest will leave you speechless. Join us on this unforgettable journey as we uncover the shocking truth behind the bear's desperate actions and the life-altering discovery that Luca never saw coming. Trust me, you won't want to miss this. And if you love stories that keep you on the edge of your seat, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. That way, you'll never miss out on any of our thrilling adventure. The answers were up ahead, hidden in the forest's secrets, tucked away in the mix of shadows and patches of sunlight. His heart was thumping hard with both excitement and fear as he went further into the unknown, with the bear's big figure leading the way through the bushes. Every leaf rustle and branch creak made his senses sharper, building a real sense of suspense around him. Lots of different feelings were spinning around inside him, all tied to one clear fact: he was right in the wild, his future linked with the bears. His mind was working hard to understand how huge the situation was, trying to fit together what was real and the strange things that were happening. He felt a strong wave of disbelief, his logical mind trying to make sense of the unlikely story that was his life. But every crunch of leaves under their feet was a clear sign that this wasn't a dream, but a deep dive into the unknown. Luca always had a strong love for the wild and the peace of nature. This love made him pack up his beloved family's whole lives into suitcases and move them to a beautiful spot hidden in the forest. He often shared his love for the endless outdoors and really wanted his kids to enjoy all the different parts of nature. But as they got used to their wooden home, making their lives fit into its cozy charm, they found that the wild didn't stay away. Pure, wild spirit of the forest started to edge into their peaceful life. The wild, with all its fantastic mess, started to push against their comfort zone, adding an unexpected layer of difficulty to their country dream. Their new dwelling was a secluded hideaway ensconced in wilderness, the nearest semblance of civilization a good 10-minute drive away. Purchasing this remote abode had not been without its share of opposition, primarily from his wife, Andrea, who had harbored reservations. Yet, Luca, with his persuasive charm, had managed to allay her fears, convincing her to embrace this adventure, a decision that now brewed a storm of regret in Andrea's heart. The dawn of their new life in the home was nothing short of picturesque. They fell into a harmonious rhythm with the forest, embarking on adventurous strolls into its heart every day. The children basked in the newfound liberty and thrill of this untamed life. Luca was certain he had made a praiseworthy decision. However, this conviction was abruptly challenged one unnerving morning. His peaceful slumber was disrupted by the high-pitched, terrified screams of his children. "Dad, come quickly!" The words pierced through the morning tranquility, their urgency unmistakable in his youngest son's voice. Bewildered yet spurred into immediate action by the fear lacing her call, Luca sprinted down the stairs, the dread growing with each thumping footfall. His heart pounded in his chest as he raced to confront the source of their terror. "Wait, what? This can't be true!" Luca shouted. As he peered through the transparent canvas of the glass door leading onto the deck, Luca found himself locked in a startling gaze with a massive black bear. He had never seen anything quite like this before. His heart pounded against his ribs as he instinctively moved to shield his children, his body acting on pure paternal instinct. He knew he couldn't fight a bear, but this was the only thing he could think of. But as he stood there, a moment of clarity cut through his rising panic. He realized there might not be any immediate threat here. Living amidst the woods, Luca was well aware of the bear population in the region, and he knew they occasionally ventured towards human residences, primarily attracted by the scent of food. This was a fact considered by the architects who designed homes in this area, integrating measures to reduce potential conflicts between humans and bears. Their glass doors were fortified with sturdy, reinforced materials designed specifically to deter any large and curious creatures, such as black bears. Therefore, Luca permitted himself a sigh of relief, knowing that the barrier between his family and the creature was secure. It was then, in the midst of the chaos, he recognized the extraordinary circumstances they had stumbled upon. In their former residence, Luca had long harbored a desire to educate his children about the wonders of wildlife. He dreamt of accompanying them on forest adventures, seeking deer or other woodland creatures, yet the perfect moment always seemed to elude them. Now, without any effort on their part, this majestic bear had presented itself at their doorstep, seemingly offering the ideal wildlife encounter he had always envisaged. But this wasn't even the craziest part. This moment offered an unmatched chance to study a black bear up close, all the while nestled safely within their home's sturdy walls. To add to the surreal spectacle, the bear seemed to be gesturing towards them, a wave, almost like an invitation for closer scrutiny. "Dad, he's waving at us!" the kids exclaimed. Under normal circumstances, Luca would have chuckled at their vivid imaginations, mildly correcting them while indulging their innocence. But this time, to his utter astonishment, they were absolutely correct. Bear was indeed waving. How could such an occurrence even be possible? Luca found himself stumped, unable to comprehend this unexpected behavior. Yet, spurred on by this inexplicable invitation, Luca and his children drew closer, threading a path between caution and a compelling curiosity. However, no sooner had they ventured a few steps forward than the waving bear leapt off the deck, landing smoothly on the forest floor. The bear lingered at the edge of the forest, casting periodic glances back towards the glass door. It was as if he was waiting for something or someone. Eventually, he retreated into the thick green veil of the woods, yet those backward glances continued, hinting at an unspoken invitation. Luca was taken aback by the bear's peculiar actions, yet he shrugged it off, expecting it to be a fleeting oddity, forgotten by the next sunrise. That is, had it been an isolated incident. However, as the dawn broke the following morning, the bear was back, staring at the house from the forest edge. Little did Luca know, this was just the beginning of a series of unforeseen events. On this occasion, it was Andrea who discovered the creature's presence. Descending the stairs in the early morning light, she had only sought a comforting glass of warm milk. But when she looked outside, she froze. She needed to pinch herself to see if she was dreaming or not. The sight of the bear, though, sent a jolt of fear through her. Despite Luca's recounting of the previous day's events and the children's animated stories, she hadn't truly believed them. The reality of the bear's presence was a shocking surprise, the truth far more unnerving than any tale. She thought they were pranking her. Her children had enthusiastically narrated the encounter, their faces lit up with excitement as they delved into every detail. Andrea had played along, not wanting to dampen their spirits. Later, when Luca had corroborated their tale, she had confessed to him that her belief was merely a charade for their children's benefit. But now, confronted with the undeniable reality of the bear's presence, was no more room for doubt or dismissal. Now, with the realization of the bear's reality, a wave of fury washed over Andrea. How could Luca willingly expose her and their children to a house that bears frequented? The horrifying possibilities swarmed her mind. What if someone carelessly left a door or window ajar and they woke up to the terrifying spectacle of a bear inside their home? The thought of their peaceful home being transformed into a gruesome tableau was unbearable. Yet, Luca dismissed her anxieties with an unsettling nonchalance, his mind riveted on the mystery of the bear. He knew their home hadn't emitted any food odors that could have attracted the animal in the past few days. If the bear persisted in its visits despite this, there had to be a compelling reason. His curiosity piqued. Luca was determined to decipher this enigma. Ensconced behind the safety of his couch, Luca remained a hidden observer, careful not to startle the creature. The bear was not simply waving, it was beckoning. In the depth of its dark eyes, Luca saw an unspoken invitation. The bear wanted him to follow. Rising gingerly from his hiding spot behind the couch, Luca's gaze remained fixed on the bear. He was aware that time was of the essence. With a deep breath, Luca approached the door. His heart pounded in his chest, nerves tingling with a mix of fear and excitement. Maintaining a respectful distance from the bear was Luca's intent, and it proved to be surprisingly effortless. Every time he inched closer, the animal ambled forward, maintaining the gap between them. Luca had been trailing the bear for a good quarter of an hour now, and with each passing minute, his home retreated further into the distance. A growing sense of unease prickled at his nerves, magnifying with every step he took deeper into the wilderness. A sudden surge of fear engulfed Luca. What if he had blindly walked into a perilous trap set by the bear? Yet, with every passing minute, his confidence in the bear's peaceful intentions grew. If the bear had intended to harm or devour him, it would have seized the opportunity already. As Luca followed the trail deeper into the forest, he couldn't help but notice a stark difference in the ground beneath his feet. While human activity seemed improbable given the remoteness of their location, he couldn't dismiss the possibility entirely. Luca's brow furrowed with perplexity. What could these signs mean? Why had humans ventured into this remote part of the forest? As Luca's gaze pierced through the dense foliage, a sight emerged in the distance that both surprised and reassured him. It was a familiar wooden cabin, and he immediately recognized it as belonging to his closest neighbor, with whom he had shared numerous conversations before relocating to this secluded haven. However, as Luca drew nearer to the cabin, a sinking feeling settled within him. The once familiar dwelling appeared hauntingly vacant, devoid of any signs of life. With trepidation gripping his heart, Luca approached the garage door, his mind a whirlwind of anticipation and uncertainty. Luca's heart pounded in his chest as he stood outside the neighbor's garage, bewildered and anxious. The bear's relentless assault on the door only added to the mounting tension. "Harry, quick! I'm not kidding! You need to find shelter!" Luca desperately shouted. Nervously, he waited for a response, but he didn't get one. The silence that followed was unnerving, broken only by the enigmatic sound emanating from within the garage. Luca's mind swirled with questions, his thoughts racing as he contemplated the enigma unfolding within the confines of the garage. What could possibly be happening inside? Suddenly, a faint, otherworldly sound reached his ears, echoing from within the garage's depths. Luca's voice echoed through the tense air as he shouted once more, "What in the world is happening? Just hold on, Luca. I need a moment to find a safe spot." His neighbor's voice carried back to him. As the garage door swung open, Luca witnessed his neighbor swiftly slip out through the back door, ensuring its closure behind him. Without a moment's hesitation, the bear seized the opportunity and ventured inside the garage, its purpose now revealed. And there, in the dimly lit space, Luca's eyes fell upon a heart-rending scene, a small bear cub. Its tiny form lay on the garage floor, its labored breaths revealing its weakened state. Understanding dawned upon Luca as he realized that the bear he had been following was likely the cub's mother. But what circumstance had led them to this unexpected rendezvous? Did it have something to do with his neighbor? While the mother bear tended to her ailing cub, Luca swiftly made his way back to his neighbor, seeking answers to the bewildering situation at hand. It turned out that the man had stumbled upon the sickly cub in the woods approximately an hour ago. Believing that the cub had been abandoned by its mother, the neighbor took it upon himself to bring the fragile creature home with the intention of seeking veterinary care. Recognizing the dire condition of the cub, the neighbor had come to the somber realization that it stood little chance of survival in the wild. Perhaps the mother bear had reached the same conclusion, prompting her desperate attempt to enlist Luca's help. However, it became apparent that the only meaningful assistance that could be provided was that of a professional, a veterinarian who possessed the expertise and resources to care for the ailing bear cub. With the veterinarian already en route, time was of the essence. It was imperative to find a solution for the protective mother bear, who would undoubtedly resist any attempts to separate her from her cub once again. And who could blame her? As Luca observed his neighbor, Harry, bravely taking charge of the situation, a mix of anxiety and hope coursed through his veins. In a crucial moment, Harry squeezed the trigger, unleashing the sedative dart towards the bear. However, their relief quickly turned to alarm as the bear's reaction defied their expectations. In a spontaneous act of panic, Luca instinctively reached for his neighbor's hand, seeking solace and a shred of reassurance amidst the chaos. But just as he was about to burst into tears, an unexpected turn of events unfolded before their eyes. As the tension gradually dissipated, the powerful effects of the tranquilizer began to take hold of the struggling mother bear. Luca's racing heart finally found solace in the sight of her succumbing to sleep, a relief washing over him. "Too much tension for one day?" he murmured softly, his words carried away by the gentle breeze. A distant commotion broke the stillness, drawing their attention. Luca's eyes lit up with anticipation as he recognized the approaching figures. The vet and their team were finally arriving, their presence marking the conclusion of this intense ordeal. Relief and gratitude filled Luca's heart, knowing that professional help was at hand. Yet, a bittersweet feeling tinged his emotions as he realized he wouldn't have the opportunity to personally aid the cub any further. With the arrival of the vet and their team, the situation shifted from the hands of the concerned individuals to the capable expertise of professionals. The mother bear was carefully transported to a temporary holding facility, ensuring her safety and well-being. Meanwhile, the bear cub received dedicated treatment and care under the guidance of an expert veterinarian. Days turned into weeks as the cub underwent a remarkable recovery. With each passing day, its strength and vitality were restored, filling the hearts of all involved with hope and joy. Finally, the moment arrived when the cub and its mother were ready to be released back into the wild, where they truly belonged. With a gentle smile, the vet asked Luca the extraordinary question that would forever leave an indelible mark on his life. "Do you want to come with us when we reunite the two of them again?" The day of their reunion was etched in Luca's mind as a truly magical one. Alongside his neighbor, they gathered at the open spot where their incredible journey had begun. The vet orchestrated the reunion, ensuring a seamless and heartfelt moment that would forever be etched in their memories. As the mother and cub set eyes upon each other once more, a profound sense of gratitude and awe permeated the air. Their bond, forged through adversity and guided by compassion, triumphed as they embarked on a new chapter in their lives. It was a truly heartwarming and unforgettable moment for Luca and everyone involved. The bond between the mother bear and her cub was palpable as they reunited, their playful interactions echoing a profound sense of love and connection. Luca couldn't help but be filled with joy as he witnessed this tender moment unfold before his eyes. It was a testament to the resilience and beauty of the natural world. As time passed, Luca and his family would occasionally catch glimpses of the bears in the distance. They would spot them in their natural habitat, thriving and living their lives freely. The bears appeared healthy and content, a testament to the successful efforts of their rescue and rehabilitation. While Luca cherished these sightings, he understood the importance of maintaining a respectful distance and allowing the bears to live undisturbed in their wilderness. He no longer sought the bears' attention at the window, understanding that their true place was in the wild, away from human interference. Reflecting on the experience, Luca was grateful for the opportunity to have helped the bear and her cub in their time of need. It had been a life-changing journey, one that had taught him the importance of empathy, conservation, and the delicate balance of coexistence with nature. The memory of that extraordinary encounter would forever remain etched in his heart. Yet, Luca knew that the risks he had taken were not to be repeated. He had learned firsthand the potential dangers and complexities of interacting with wild animals. His focus now shifted towards supporting wildlife conservation efforts through advocacy, education, and responsible stewardship of the environment. As Luca watched the bears walk away, their figures gradually blending into the tapestry of the forest, he felt a deep sense of fulfillment and peace. He had played his part in their story, and now it was time to let them continue their wild journey. With a grateful smile, Luca bid farewell to the bears, knowing that their paths may cross again in the vast expanse of nature. And as he turned to walk back to his family, Luca carried with him a newfound appreciation for the wonders of the natural world, a determination to protect and preserve it for generations to come. The bear had left an indelible mark on his life, igniting a passion within him to be a guardian of the wild and to honor the intricate dance of life that unfolds in the forests he called home.